A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Mission 2024 WDF World Championships. We're coming to you live from the Lakeside Country Club here at Frimley Green. We've already seen 8 days of action here at this iconic venue. Today, day 9, is semi-final Saturday. I'm delighted to be joined by Scott Mitchell and Lorraine Winstanley for the weekend. Before we talk to you guys, let's have a look at the games we've got coming up for you this afternoon. The first thing we see this afternoon is the youth girls. That's between Paige Pauling, is the number 1 seed, and Gentle Fransen. And then we have the youth boys game, Jensen Walker and Florian Piez. Lorraine Rietbergen and Sophie McKinley take us into the women's semi-finals later, and then the men's is between Francois Schweyen and Shane McGuirk. Well, a great afternoon of darts coming up for you. Scott, you and Lorraine, you've both been here at this stage of the tournament, so you know exactly what it's like to be stood behind that door. How are the players going to be feeling right now, semi-final Saturday?
Well, I think there's always going to be butterflies. If there's not butterflies on semi-finals day, there's something wrong with you. There has to be nerves, otherwise you don't perform. Secondly, you're starting to dream. You're in the semi-final. You're starting to have that little thought, the final is just round the corner, and you're thinking about not making any mistakes, being nice and clean up there on the board and finishing off what you need to do.
That's a lot of mental gymnastics to go through, though, isn't it, when you're coming out to play a game of darts? How were your nerves on the semi-final day?
My nerves were really bad. They always are. But I have to say, I think the mistake I made was nearly there. Just one more, which got me over the line. But that's not the way you should be looking. You know, you just need to focus on that one game in hand, have the final in the back of your head, but certainly come in all guns blazing and just try your hardest.
See, I can never work out at this stage of the tournament if the hard work has been done or the harder work is still to come. You talk to any player who says the first round game is the hardest and the worst.
Yeah, first round game's like the final, because you've travelled all year. It's taken 12 months of your life, your family, your friends, everybody that's interested in what you're doing has got their eyes on that first game, and you don't want to let them down.
The last thing you want to do is get up there and make a fool of yourself. You just want to get up there and play well, but nobody wants to go out first round. But the semi-final, I would say, is probably as hard as the first round.
Because you're right, it's just the one game to go. It's kind of all or nothing. And of course, as we get to this stage of the tournament as well, for the men and ladies, the format is a little bit longer. So you've maybe got yourself used to the stage, the board, the lights, but you've got to be up there for longer.
Yeah, and what happens with these longer games is they to and fro. You have purple patches within the period of the game. With a shorter game, you can have a purple patch right at the start and you finish the game. These ones, it will to and fro, backwards and forwards, if somebody doesn't get too far ahead. And you have to make hay while the sun shines. When you're playing well in that situation, you've got to be finishing your legs off.
And also, Lorraine, I heard you speak about this earlier in the week in commentary. World Championships are always set play. Now, you say with legs, you know exactly where you are, but with sets, it's different.
It's totally different, and that stage does strange things to people's heads. You know, you can look up there and think, I'm not actually quite sure what the score is. Whereas you play all year in legs, and then you come to the World Championships and it's sets.
You also said you can have match darts. You can be match dart away, miss, and then your opponent levels up and the game is completely level again.
And then you have to go and win those 4 legs again to get a go at that match start again. It is a strange scenario mentally to deal with.
Yeah.
So, look, the players that have been dealing it best with this week, they're here now in the semi-finals.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here.
All right, we've got the girls up first. Now, it's their first time on. They've not played in any quarter-final games, so we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to hand you down to Anthony Dundas on the stage for our first match.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to semi-final day here at the 2024 Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. This is the home of World Darts. This is Lakeside! begin with our girls semi-final, and we welcome to the stage a young lady who came through the Lakeside World Championship qualifiers. The reigning Antwerp Open Girls Champion from Belgium, Jentel Fransen! Her opponent is the winner of 15 world ranking titles this year, the reigning 3-time Welsh Open Girls Champion, the reigning 2-time WDF World Masters Girls Champion from England, Paige Polly!
And welcome to a serious semi-final Saturday here at Lakeside. 4 trophies are to be won by the end of play tomorrow evening. And we kick off with the first semi-final from the girls' tournament. You may know a little bit about Paige Pauling, player who is adopting the lime green colours of a certain Michael van Gerwen. She has been a dominant player in the youth system in the WDF, already has won countless titles. So she'll be the hot favourite against Jentel Fransen of Belgium, who could be one of 3 Belgian champions come what Sunday evening. Paige will start off as big favourite as our referee Gary Roderick gets the game underway. She is Lorraine Winstanley, a player you know all too well because she was your Dutch Open pairs partner and you got all the way to the final, didn't you?
We did. She carried me all the way to the final. She was a lovely partner to play with. I really enjoyed it. She's such a consistently good player, which she has been for the past 18 months. She's absolutely dominated the youth game.
She has, and she's already stepping up to playing senior darts as well, but the Girls' Championship is her focus this weekend. Takes on Jentel Fransen, an Antwerp Open Girls winner. Looking at the raw statistics, I think even if Paige has an off game, it's very difficult to see Jentel causing an upset.
Yeah, I would agree. But Jentel came through the qualifiers, so she obviously had to play really well to earn her place here. So we can't write her off just yet, but Paige is the favourite for this one, definitely.
It was a busy afternoon for Jentel back in Budapest. Had to play 5 games. Hiidalanko of Finland was the game that got her through the qualifier.
It's great to see the WDF expanding the girls and the boys tournaments this year. Previously, it's only been 4 boys and 2 girls that have just come through qualifiers, but the ranking system has slightly changed for this year, that the top 4 boys from the world rankings come in as seeds and 4 come through the qualifiers, and that in turn opens the top 2 places in the rankings for the girls to automatically qualify and opens 2 spots in the qualifiers.
Treble 19 required. Would have been for a poke at the bullseye.
Finishing is usually one of Paige's strong points. So she's looking to get this first leg under her belt just so her nerves settle slightly. She does that the first time of asking this turn.
Yes, early double trouble for Paige, who is your typical darting teenager. Throws ferociously fast, displays little emotion, doesn't seem to be a player who will buckle to the pressure.
No, she's such a cool, calm character, and very like Sophie, gives nothing away. You can't tell in her body language, she doesn't show any emotion. So you're never quite sure what is actually running through her mind.
Just how enjoyable was it to play with her in the Dutch Open?
It was an absolute dream. She just gets on and plays. There's no messing about. And to be fair, previous partners that I've played with, I mean, I'm notoriously known for playing pairs with Anastasia. You know, we almost communicate telepathically. We don't have to converse a lot. And Paige, being a young girl, she is a girl of few words, let's put it that way. But it was great. I just gave her the nod, and she gave me the nod back, and she just did her stuff. It was just unfortunate that we came up against Bo in the final.
Was she the one calming you down rather than the other way around?
Yeah. She looked after me, put it that way. I've reached the final of the Dutch pairs several times with several different players, and won it with several different players. And because it was the first time I played with Paige, my goal was to get her on that stage. Well, with me, because I knew she was going to get up there for the girls. But yeah, I just needed to experience being on that stage. It was brilliant.
Choices here. Well, she was going four tops.
Big number.
No score.
Well, I think Paige was a little flummoxed after that, and treble 11 meant it was a bust score.
She does throw so fast, so if she does have a bit of a wayward dart, it can be really wayward.
Double 12 missed narrowly. Completely understandable that there will be a few nerves, even though Paige is a poker-faced darting phenomenon. That'll settle her down. Only one dart needed at double 12 on that visit.
For these two girls, this is the biggest game of darts that they've played in their careers so far. They're bound to be nervous.
Has been a tournament of expansion this year, just like the boys, so we increased from 4 to 8 in that, increased from 2 to 4 here. A certain Sophie McKinley is up against Aurora Focasato in the second semi-final. Who knows, by then she could have booked her place in the women's final.
Yes, it's a busy day for Sophie today. She's the only player in the tournament that could potentially walk away as a double world champion.
22.
And then when the on-stage photo is done, she'll have a trophy in each arm. Hope she's strong enough.
I was going to say, those trophies are pretty heavy. They have played each other this year. Unfortunately for Yentl, she was the runner-up in the Belfry Open to Paige. Paige has won 99% of the youth tournaments that she's entered this year. She has had a fabulous 2024.
She now wants double top for a 116, drags it low, but Yentl nowhere near pressurising.
She's certainly got time on her hands, so she's coming back for this double 10. And finds it. Take the first set.
Confident start there for Paige Pauling as her and Yentl head off at the break. Paige Pauling wins the first set, 3's in.
Welcome back to the WDF World Championships. The players are still on their break, the girls after their first set. Now, a lot of people won't have seen Paige play before, and both girls are making their debut on that stage this afternoon, but it's not a surprise to you. I mean, that's a set to nil, but you've seen Paige play, you know her very well.
Yes, I do know Paige very well, and she'll be over the moon that she's got that first set under her belt, but I think she might be a little bit frustrated because her normal game is much more consistent than what she's already shown so far.
Sorry, but Lorraine, this is frightening. How old is she?
She's 16 years old.
It's frightening, the talent that's coming through at darts now, isn't it? I mean, her second throw was a 140. That's got to settle the nerves right down up on that big stage. And it's, like you say, it's not surprising to you. I think it's because we're all rooting for the kids as well, because the youngsters up there.
Oh, it's brilliant. And I think I said on the comms, it's a much bigger opportunity for the girls now because the numbers are doubled. Okay, it's still only 4, but, you know, to get to being one of 2 players, so one of 4 is a little bit more achievable. And it's just a fabulous opportunity for them.
Because they're only kids, it's their debut. So it's not just a debut in the tournament. They've got to go up there on that stage, under these lights, in front of all these people, on the telly. I just don't know how I would have coped with that as a teenager. You can't prepare for that, can you?
No, and at aged 15 and 16, they have nerves of steel. They are bound to be nervous inside, but they're not showing us, are they? They're looking really calm and composed.
All right, I think the players are back out and we're ready for the second set.
Thank you, Helen. 2 players back out on stage. Paige Pauling, 1 set away from completing a comfortable victory over Yentl Fransen, who has struggled to acclimatise really to the lakeside stage. Paige not playing her best darts. We know that she's capable of getting averages somewhere in the 80s. It's not quite happened for her just yet, but crucially, she has won 3 legs to secure the all-important first set. Yentl maybe a little bit overawed by the occasion. Paige just needs to keep doing what she's doing, Lorraine. She's looking comfortable enough. Jackie Goytals, the legendary Belgian darts follower, doesn't look like her girl's going to win unless she changes something very dramatically.
No, this is a massive game for these girls, though. You know, they're bound to be nervous, but Paige will be pleased she's got that first set under her belt, but she will be perhaps a little bit frustrated that she's not showcasing exactly how she can play.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that having hit double 2, that was her 8th dart at double in the first leg. That's obviously going to drag the averages down. But other than that, it's been fairly comfortable.
Yeah, Paige Paige is a power scorer, but she's also excellent on her finishing. And another youth player that counting is just outstanding. She's not put off when she doesn't perhaps hit what she's actually going for.
She did bust a score. She was looking for a 104 finish, took the treble 20, single 13 instead of single 4, then looking for single 11. Fortunately strayed into the treble. She was able to recover. Now it is a real test of what this 15-year-old Belgian is made of.
137.
Quite a contrast between the two players when you look at the title hauls. Paige, a two-time World Masters champion, England Classic, Welsh Open. We could go on. Yentl just with the one title to her name.
Just this year alone, Paige has picked up 17 youth titles. She's got a couple of the women's titles on her resume as well. She's had a very, very successful year. She has been here most of the week, soaking up the atmosphere, but most importantly, here to support her best friend in Sophie. She's been here for all the games that Sophie's played. I don't think they live too far from here, so it's not too far for them to be travelling backwards and forwards.
Be interesting to see how that friendship plays out if we get the game that we maybe expect to get. But Aurora Focasato won this tournament last year. She's looking to defend it. Be her last opportunity, having turned 18.
Yes, I think her birthday is New Year's Day, isn't it? So she's right on the cut-off point.
51. 110.
You would think Sophie will start this on 19s. She didn't quite hit the target. She'll be disappointed with that setup. Oh, double two.
Well, that's a miscount.
I thought it was me that had miscounted, not her. Double check myself there.
Always back yourself, Lorraine.
I know. It's easier to do when you stood on the hockey. When you sat here, it's like double guess yourself. That's a great leg on the board for Yentl there. That surely will help settle her nerves.
Well, the big smile on her face is indicative of a player who thinks she's got away with it. She's lucky that she missed the double four she was originally aiming for.
I think Paige losing that leg will give her the bit between the teeth and dig in a little harder. She's already picked off two treble visits.
Yeah, down to a finish after 9. She looked a lot more solid in this leg.
41.
Treble 19.
57.
Well, she's rounded it off, so she'll be coming back for 60.
41.
She won't want to be messing about here. She'll be looking to take this out as quickly as possible.
I don't know if I can adjust my eyes that quickly, let alone throw darts at a rapid speed.
Yeah.
Double 10.
Yes, finds it on the third dart to level the game.
First to 2 sets. It's first to 2 sets in the boys semi-final. And then we ramp up the action in both the women's and men's. First to 3 and 5 respectively. And what is shaping up to be a busy afternoon.
Great visit there.
It's a very simple throw that Paige has. There's not many moving parts. It's just straight backwards and forwards. One of those throws where little can go wrong.
And a powerful throw as well. She throws with force. She means them to go where she wants them to.
87.
Yentl is only 15 years old, but she started playing when she was 11. So I think in 4 years, she's done superb to be able to get up on this stage, qualifying for the World Championships.
Paige went wide of the mark on tops. It would have been a 15 darter and the best leg of the match. Now needs double 13. Quick readjustment, nicely struck. And she's one leg away with a break of throw.
140.
Really solid start to the fourth leg.
24.
All the titles that Paige has won, she's actually been playing darts less than Yentl. Paige has only been playing 3 years.
42.
She is what you described then as a natural talent.
Yeah, without a doubt.
100.
See that sneaky smile. She was disappointed with the one.
You look at the Yentl Fransen throw and not quite as smooth as Sophie's. There's a little twist of the hand on the pullback.
Yeah, she almost looks like she's throwing across.
Oh, double top for the win.
Oh, wow.
157. That's how you seal victory at Lakeside, and all Yentl can do is smile and appreciate the efforts of Paige Pauling. The #1 seed has exploded into life. A straight sets victory with a 157 checkout. What a start.
46th annual Winmore.
Nice to see you and chat to you. Thanks very much. Our winner, Paige Pauling. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paige. You may go now. Thank you. Yeah, I know this is awkward. You shuffle off there. People waiting to take Paige. We're not just dumping her into the ether of Lakeside. Right. So Scott, we have to turn our attention now to the second game on today, and this is the youth. This is the boys. These two, they're kids. Have you watched them play this week? We've got Lex Passhouse and Archie Self. They are 13 and 14 years old.
I know. It is astounding and embarrassing, and they keep saying it's a young person's game. When you watch this game in a minute, oh wow.
Lex Passhouse's first game up here in his quarter-finals. I mean, I think they've all gone to the Vincent van der Voort School of Darts. They are rapid, and I am aware who I'm speaking to here, by the way. Those boys are rapid. They don't hang about.
No, they certainly don't, and I'll tell you, it makes it entertaining to watch, because you're looking at how little they are compared to all of us that are playing in the adult system. But they are masterful. They are very confident at what they're doing, and that makes them so exciting to watch.
Do you think how old were you when you started playing?
Nowhere near that age. I was like a fossil compared to them. So, yeah, I was not playing properly probably till I was about 29, 30. So, yeah, you know, it is astounding to see that the way that the youth are now being developed in a way that never been before. We see the money in the game is a big attraction to those kids, and they want to be the next Luke Littler, the next MVG.
But also there are opportunities for the youth to play now, whereas opposed you had to wait until you were old enough to maybe go to the pub or the social club, because it was a very social game, wasn't it?
But the JDC and the youth academies have changed all that. There are academies all over the place. They're not always in clubs, they're in village halls, they're set up all over the place. So if your child is really looking to get into the game, there will be a youth academy close to you, and they set it up and grade it so the kids are playing against the kids that are a level standard to them. It's a really great system, and we're producing kids like this.
All right, we're almost ready for our second game. We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, the boys' game will be on that stage. See you in a couple of minutes.
So in a late schedule change, we have the #1 seed Jensen Walker against Florian Preis of Germany. It's no wonder that Jensen walks out to a song by the Specials, because he is a special talent and he loved it, bopping along to A Message to You, Rudy. He played sensationally in the All-English battle against Mason Tees yesterday, and was actually threatening a tournament high average this week across all 4 events. 11 darter and a 13 darter in the second set against his English rival. Florian Preis started off with an 11 darter of his own against Balas Shotak. Things tailed off a little bit for the German, but he was still far too strong and far too comfortable for his Hungarian opponents. These are 2 of the older participants in the 8-player field, and they are looking to seal a spot in the final against either Lex Passhauser or Archie Self, with that game taking place second this evening. I'm very pleased to be joined in the commentary box by the 2015 world champion Scott Mitchell, who is going to preside over the next generation of darters.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. Both of them won their previous matches 2-0, so neither have yet been really under the cosh, so it's who can put each other under here. What's Jensen Walker. Jensen Walker. Is that what his name, Jensen? Could well be. just over a year ago, win the World Cup youth singles, and he said he didn't play well that day, and he's come away with a gold medal. And I had to stand him to one side and say, look, yeah, the performance probably wasn't what you wanted, but the result has to be. So he's a kind of perfectionist, is Jensen. And we saw Florian yesterday win 2-0 over Balázs Šotek, and he really looked at home up there on that stage. He looked confident in that game. Oh, he can't beat a few pink shirts, can you? Can't get enough pink shirts. And yeah, he looked competent as well. So this sort of sets us up for a nice match here. You've got to get going early. You've got to get going early. You've got to hit your trebles early and then force yourself on the game. Very similar to what Paige has done in her last game.
It was a rapid-fire contest that Jensen had with Mason Tees yesterday. He'll have to be a little bit more patient against the more methodical Florian Preis. Florian first to a finish, and he's going to get 6 darts to take 116. And he looped this over the top and hit the treble 20. Sets it up well for double 14. For an early hold of throw. Double 7. It's always the danger with odd-numbered doubles.
Obviously likes the 28, that's his preferred route. Now then.
Just outside, just wiring the bull. Florian doesn't want deja vu.
No score. 25.
Well, this would be a nick. Jensen Walker steps in and pounces. And that's really ruthless from the 18-year-old.
Yeah, we spoke at the top of the show that you need to not make too many mistakes in any of these semi-finals today that are coming. And if you don't make mistakes, you build your own confidence. And Jensen there, the old saying is, it's easier to hit a double after your opponent's missed it, but the risk is letting your opponent having a go in the first place.
$140.
18 years old now, so this will be his last crack to win the boys' championship. Although the way he's been progressing on the senior circuit, you wouldn't be surprised to see him back here next year playing in the men's tournament.
Yeah, no, I see no reason why not. I think he has the game that he can lift it to take it up to the standard to be with the top men in the WDF at this particular moment in time. I don't know which route Jensen's going to go, but this is his very last youth tournament. Whatever happens today or tomorrow will dictate how long he plays for. Florian very much enjoying the lakeside crowd, which is more than healthy again today, Saturday afternoon for semi-finals day.
There's not going to be a seat to be had this evening. Double-double. Jensen could show us what he's made of here. Double 10. 16 for tops. He backs the break up with a hold of throw.
shows how important that steal was there in leg one from Jensen Walker.
What will benefit Jensen here is that extra stage experience he's had, because away from the WDF, we saw him qualify for the UK Open as an amateur player. Played Sebastian Białecki at Minehead. He's played in the Motor Super Series. For an 18-year-old, he's got quite the darting resume.
Yeah, he sure has. I know he plays his county darts for Lincolnshire, up there in the top division of the UKDA.
Florian got to this tournament by virtue of the qualifier in Budapest, and recently he collected the Czech Open title. We've got a couple of players used to winning things. Choices with 50 left. And it's 18 for double 16. Well played. Kept his head.
Nicely finished there. What a way to get your opening leg, a 107.
There will be a break at the end of this first set. And a slight change in format to what we saw in the quarterfinals. Opportunity for both players to go off and gather their thoughts. Talk with those in their corners.
Second 180 of the match. And both going to Florian.
And both of them grouped incredibly tightly.
And goes to show that his early disappointment of the mistake in leg one, allowing Jensen in, has not upset him one iota. He's now found his form and place. Single 18 here.
132. Testing 150.
Florian in the background there, rolling his head, trying to get himself focused for this visit, and it seemed to work. He's broken Jensen Walker back, and now will throw to take set number one against the number one seed.
Looks ice cool up there.
Dancing to no music in the crowd there, well done.
Please take your seat, sir, and enjoy the darts.
Maybe the darts is music to his ears, Dan.
The dulcet tones of Marco Meyer.
Aye, aye.
Jensen certainly got one of the coolest nicknames in darts, the Interceptor. Big fan of the shirt as well. There's a lot going on.
Florian Preis here, making a move to secure this set. Jensen steps back. He's just dropping short on that treble 20. But a good pick up with the last two. Now we're on those short irons into the green. Mistakes made by the Belgian. Jensen needs a treble, and he duly obliges with the last dart. He's given himself a chance, depending on what happens here. Bit of a blocker, going to have to shuffle along to try and hit the left-hand side of that treble 19 bed. Caught the flight and moved over. Tidied it up nicely to leave 32, so this is a chance. This is a chance. Takes a step back. All you wish to do now is give it a chance. Oh, he gave it a chance. What a pressure shot from Jensen Walker. He heads into the break, the happier man. The number 1 seed takes the lead. He's 1 set up.
Welcome back to the WDF World Championships here, live at Lakeside, coming to you on Blaze TV. Well, the players are still in their break, so let's have your assessment of that first leg then. It was quite a slow start from both of the lads.
It was actually a slower start for Jensen. He didn't really get out of the blocks, but that's no worry because he didn't have the darts in the set. He lost the bull up, so really he wouldn't have been too worried about that. Florian got to that first leg, made a bit of a mess of it at the end. It got to him a little bit, 6 darts a double. Jensen gets down, whips it. All of a sudden, momentum change straight away. All goes with Jensen, 2-0 up. Florian pops back in with a 107. Whoa, momentum change again. Florian goes off like a racehorse, hitting 180s like mad. He then goes 2-2, and it looks like momentum's with him. He's going to win the set. Gets right down to 139, hits 31. Jensen hits a ton, leaves a 112. Don't leave anything behind. He never left off behind there. 112, what a shot. Takes the set against the throw, goes into the break, the much happier man.
Right. You've said before, I've heard you on commentary saying before, that sometimes that break helps and sometimes that break hinders. Who's it helping, who's it hindering?
The momentum with that big 112, Jensen would have wanted to go on straight back on now and had the darts and the next set start all again.
Yeah.
We don't allow them to do that. We've got things that we've got to talk about, so they've got to wait for us.
They're back on the stage. I thought we were waiting for them. Okay. The players are back out, so we will take you back down onto the stage to see the second leg play out of this. It's back to our commentary team.
Thank you, Ellen. Jensen Walker with a cracking 112 checkout on double 16. He knew he was only going to get one opportunity to win the leg, and he duly obliged. Florian Preis thought he had Walker in the palm of his hands, but that last leg was the first in which the German failed to get a dart out of double. It was ultra clinical from the young Englishman, who is already proving his worth up on the stage. It's not quite as explosive as what we saw against Mason last night, and it kind of stands to reason, Scott, because we know that Florian's a more methodical player, and Jensen can't really get into his groove and his routine as he'd normally like.
No, I think you're probably right. But I think he would be feeling that was a bit of a steal to get that set, and he would have gone in the happier man without doubt and come out the happier man. But I don't think Florian's going anywhere here. I think he kind of shot himself in the foot twice in that set, and it didn't affect him. I think he's got bounce back ability, Florian, and the young Belgian is definitely a name that we are going to be seeing in the future, no matter what happens here today. There's parts of the game that you just can't teach. It has to be natural, it has to be inside, it has to come from within. And you can see that Florian has heaps of that, as does Jensen.
This has been a quick start to the second half. Bullseye.
62. Florian Unicorn, 112.
.112 maybe to be taken via a different route.
72. Unicorn, 25.
Florian, the German, just misses out there. I do apologise, calling him, saying he was from Belgium. It's all exciting, that's the problem, it's all exciting.
I don't blame you, there's been plenty of Belgian interest in the past week. Good adjustment on double top.
Second leg is Florian on the throw first.
And a breaker throw to boot. So he's come out of the break. As we said, he made a couple of mistakes in that first set and it didn't seem to affect him. But we did see very quick momentum swings within the game in that first set. Are we going to see them again in this second set? And is it because of rawness, I wonder, or is it because of the situation? I mean, this is big, big stuff for these young fellas.
Of course, you want to see thrilling and exciting darts, but the purpose of this is as much about development as anything.
Yeah, massively, and you can only develop by putting yourself in certain situations. And that's semi-finals of World Championships. That's when you're asking questions of yourself. That's when you're asking, are you good enough to be here? And we all know, some of us have been up there many times, and some days it feels absolutely amazing. That treble 20 feels as big as a barn door. And another day you go up there and you can't hit it. It feels like a locked letterbox for the postman. There's no way it's going in.
Florian was seeking another Tom Plus checkout. Finish isn't going to happen now. He manages to float one into the treble 20 to apply big pressure. Now we've seen Florian buckle on double 14. Oh, that's straight in.
That's mental strength right there from the German. To go back there, he hasn't had a thought about where it messed him up in set one. It's one determined character, that's for sure. I have to say the crowd in today are really enjoying this, giving the best of order to both lads.
This is the season for darts. We're seeing lots of Santa hats in the crowd, lots of Christmas lights flashing around. It's a lovely atmosphere. There you go. Christmas glasses.
It's lovely when you sit here and get bits of information. My dear friend Henry Deacon has just sent me that Jensen's button shirt is in fact sort of inspired by the ska music from where he come from in the Midlands. Knowledge is the bomb, Dan. Knowledge is the bomb.
Hence the walk-on. I do like the walk-on as well.
You don't expect that type of music from one so young.
Clearly he's got a good head on his shoulders. It's music that predates him by a long way. It probably predates you by a bit.
Oh, get your coat, you've pulled. Thanks, mate. You're making me sound young. Yeah. Seem to have had a slight lull in proceedings at the minute here. A couple of troubleless visits.
Couldn't squeeze through to the treble 19, but he will expect to come back.
Yeah, a little annoyed with himself there, but now Florian is now pressuring this 78 absolutely massively. So you would say the 78 has to go, or the set will be gone for Walker.
One dart at double top. He's so good under pressure. It was a similar kind of finish that won him the first set. And Florian was putting him under a lot of pressure.
Identical types of pressure from that first set finish to that saving set finish.
Another 180 for Florian, not quite. He does lead that particular count.
Period of the game where the next few darts are oh so important. Got to try and throw with freedom and believe in yourself at this point, when everything in your body and your mind is telling you you can't do it.
Well, Jensen will have been disappointed with only 81 after a treble 20 to start the last visit. Means he'll start on the bullseye. He's going to stay there. Can he squeeze it in?
Disappointed with himself after giving the opportunity that he didn't.
Double 8. Chance to level the game and take us to a third and deciding set.
The anguish on Jensen Walker's face stood behind there. Super darts from the German.
He's been very good at using those markers on tops, hasn't he?
"17 years old, wise beyond his years." We know there's massive interest in darts in Germany currently. It's one of the fastest growing sports out there. Is Florian paving the way for the next generation? He now has the darts here in set 3. He has the momentum and the confidence from that set win. The number 1 seed from England is going to have to draw on all his experience to break Florian, you feel, here. Pace of the game is slightly quickened, hasn't it? And both feel a little more comfortable at that quicker pace.
140.
Straight at the bullseye.
92.
Recovered it nicely, and now Florian tops himself. Yeah, break a throat for the number 1 seed from England, Jensen Walker. Three perfectly thrown darts there. Unfortunate not to hit a treble 20. Florian looks to come out. That first dart below the treble.
It's an interesting throw that Jensen's got. It's not a particularly firm and extended follow-through. It's more of a flail but he's made it work for him.
And it's been very successful over the last couple of years for him as well. It is quite a big flick of the wrist that gets the forward propulsion. And it gets that's what gets the dart speed towards the board. Sometimes you get your forward motion dart speed from moving your arm quicker than, say, your opponent. But Jensen adds the arm speed with that slight tweak of the wrist to add even more speed to the dart through the air.
46.
Doesn't have to go 16 or treble, and sensibly opted not to.
51.
Florian right back in this leg. Double 16.
16.
And Jensen leaves the door open.
And you have to say it was a leg that you thought that Walker was going to convert. Chances now for Florian. These are big, big moments in the match. Crowd got a little bit involved there, and he's heard that.
30.
Did that affect him? Did that affect the young German?
16.
Smiling, but he won't smile if double eight's taken. And it is Jensen Walker, a leg away from the boys' final. No room for error now.
57.
Much better scoring leg from Jensen.
Yeah, big visit in the context of the game when he's trying to break throw. He's turned the throw round. It's now all about converting it, because we know Florian the German will not go away.
Double top for the match, and Jensen Walker with another top plus checkout. This boy is particularly special under pressure, isn't he? He's not just intercepted Florian's chances, he's taken them, screwed them up and put them in the bin. He's got his legion of fans here, and Jensen Walker is one leg away, one game away from becoming the boys' champion.
the 46th annual to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the Silver and Bronze Classic and Masters and the Unranked Open. The Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Welcome back to the WDF World Championships, live on Blaze TV here at the Lakeside. Jensen Walker has joined us up on the stage. How was that game for you, Jason? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Helen. It was a very up and down game, really. I never really know what was coming because I felt like Florian outscored me, to be fair. I feel I'm the best power scorer on the circuit, and I felt if I'd have scored how I could, I felt I'd have been in control of any game. Didn't score how I could. Florian controlled the finishing. The combinations went in today, and that's really what proved it.
That's exactly what I observed. Your combination throws were very good, and also first-time darts at doubles as well. It's so important for your confidence, isn't it, when you're in a tight game like that?
I always say, you know, when you're playing someone like Florian, who's been there, you know, he's reached that stage of the big tournaments like the World Masters and things, and to come through the World Championship qualifiers tournament is difficult enough. Your combination finishes your bread and butter stuff. And yeah, luckily it went in today, and everything come together. Well, everything in the finishing side.
I find as well, you come up here with saying congratulations, you're in the final. About Sophie McKinley for a second. Have you watched any of her games in the because she's in the youths as well? She's in the women's.
Absolutely, she's the busiest person here this week, and she's such a quiet, calm, collected young lady.
Yeah.
But inside, when she's up there, she must have a fire inside her that we just don't see on externally, because you can't go and do what she does. There is nothing to give away.
Is that an advantage to a player? If you can keep everything in and show absolutely no emotion because you're giving nothing away to your opponent, there's only you and them up there.
I believe it is. I believe it's the best way to play. Others like to give out emotion for themselves. So if you're doing it for yourself, then that's kind of okay. But for me, I love the way she does it.
And we have to say she's knocked out Lisa Ashen and Eileen de Graaf as well. She's playing Lorena, who's our Dutch player still in this tournament. I caught up with both of them earlier on today. Here's what they had to say. Sophie, it's your debut year here at Lakeside. Have you always wanted to play at this venue?
I've always wanted to play at Lakeside since I was a little girl watching it on the TV in such a big place, and it's an iconic stage, and I've always dreamed of being here one day.
All right, looking forward to your game then. You're playing Lorena. Have you met on the oche before?
I don't think I've ever played Lorena before. Maybe in our youth days, but not in our adult days.
Have you been watching her play this week?
I have been watching Lorena play this week, and I know what she can do. I've seen her on the tour multiple times, and I also know what I can do too, so hopefully it's a good match.
I hope it's a great game. Good luck.
Thank you.
She's not sure if you've ever met on the oche before.
Me neither.
So new for both of you then?
Yes,
and we get to see it on TV, which we're really looking forward to. Just tell me about beating Rhiannon O'Sullivan. She was tipped for to make it all the way to the final.
Yeah, it was a good game for me. I not thought a lot about it before the game. I really thought I will lose. So I think that was my strong point, that I was relaxed on stage, that I thought, yeah, let's see what happens, and I will lose anyway. So, but I didn't.
And you've only dropped one set so far.
Yeah. Really?
Did you have to think about that?
Yeah.
Do you look at your stats when you come off the stage? Okay, so the only dart that matters to you is the one in the board?
Yeah.
The last one?
The last one.
Yeah.
That's the most important one.
It is. Well, we look forward to your game today. Congratulations for getting this far.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to the girls for spending some time with me this morning. Now, between them, as we said, they've knocked out Lisa Ashton, Eileen de Graaf, and Lorena knocked out Brianne O'Sullivan. So that's some scalps between them. What are you expecting from the game this afternoon?
Well, firstly, who saw those things happening? It's Lakeside at its absolute finest, doing things that we don't expect it to do. I think this is one that neither really has a worry. They didn't expect to be here. They really can play with a bit of freedom here, but they'll also be looking at it and thinking, this is a big chance because those big names are gone. So it could put pressure on the game and it could go a bit scrappy and scratchy. We will see when it starts.
And as we said before, Sophie is a lovely, keeps it all in sight, but also Lorena is a very steady player. She's very methodical and very steady.
She's the sort of player that when you play her, she puts her game up there and she has a level. It's like a flat line. It doesn't go too far below, it doesn't go too far high. She plays that game and you've got to get above that line to take her out.
Okay, our first ladies semi-final is coming up live at the Lakeside right after this break.
Semi-finals here at the 2024 Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. And we welcome to the stage a young lady who came through the Lakeside World Championship qualifiers. The former Gibraltar Open and Helvetia Open champion, the reigning Hungarian Masters champion from Scotland, Sophie the Trophy McKinley! Her opponent is the winner of 5 world ranking titles this year, the reigning Antwerp Open, Finnish Open and Malta Open champion from the Netherlands, Lorena Rietbergen!
Well, they say that darts is a young player's game these days. A combined age of 40 in this women's semi-final. Shows that adage is pretty true. Lorena Rietbergen, the oldest player we've seen on stage so far today, aged 22. She's had an impressive debut campaign, wins over Mod, particularly in the way that she hurls those darts towards the board.
Yes, but also she does show her emotion a lot more, whereas Sophie gives us absolutely nothing. So if Lorena does start to get a bit flustered, Sophie's going to know about it straight away, whereas Sophie might feel a bit flustered, but Lorena won't know.
42. Sophie require 40.
Early break chance missed. Sophie McKinley steps in, double top hit. That is a lovely 16 dart start.
Yeah, Sophie scored really well coming down that leg and didn't mess around hitting that double. So that just shows how calm she really must be feeling.
Just like Paige Pauling, who you saw in your picture.
180.
First 180 of the contest. I don't think it'll be the last.
85. 58.
Paige looking to
we'll try that again.
Yes, I was going to say, Paige has been here to support Sophie for every game she's played, and we saw them hugging each other on the walk-on as Sophie came on.
60. Lorena 127.
Treble 17. Missed the big number. It's a mistake she can get away with at this stage. And you know what? Easy mistake to make, because is it me or are they wearing exactly the same darts shirt? Same colour scheme at least.
Well, yes.
100.
Yeah. I talk about them both such a lot. Just trying to keep it even.
Sophie required 96.
Lovely guide for treble 20.
56. Lorena required 40.
Lorena will not want to be messing around on her doubles like she has done in her previous matches.
Games on the second leg.
But she tidies that up nicely with the last dart.
Sophie throw first.
Yeah, there was a bit of messing, but at least she took it. Lorena really was a victim of not being put under any pressure in her first match. She came away with a 59 average, which you think is way below par. But she did actually score well. It's just that Maud Jansen put her under no pressure, and Lorena was then wasting darts at double.
Yeah, the averages soon tumbled down with a few missed darts at
100.
double.
Then it was the way she swept aside the experience of Rhiannon O'Sullivan.
58.
Number 3 seed was fancy to go on a run in the bottom section of the draw. Lorena kiboshed that.
I know Rhiannon didn't play like she can, but there's still that
100.
you're playing Rhiannon O'Sullivan, you know, so Lorena's just come here and got stuck in.
58.
And she's obviously really enjoying it.
I think a mark of some of the doubling difficulties she's had is that she beat Via with a double 1 after so much messing around on the outer ring.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you get down to double 1, you have nowhere else to go. You can't switch it, you can't change it. It's all or nothing.
64. Lorena required 164. 100. Sophie required 153.
153 is not going to go.
She can leave it very handy, though.
99. Lorena requires 64.
Double 8 for a break of throw.
No score.
Drags it low and busts 64.
Tops for Sophie.
14. The relay requires 64.
So Sophie comes back for tops. That was a nervy dart. She can use that one. Close. Wrong side of the wire.
You can see the wire bend. Double 16.
Double 8. Nice, double, double.
It's the exhibition way of taking out 32. Lorena has some of her fans and family over from the Netherlands. We're also graced by the presence of Marco Meyer's darts team, who made the journey over via car. There's always a Dutch presence wherever you go in the world of darts.
60.
Yes, there's a couple of coaches and managers from the Dutch international team here supporting the Dutch players.
60.
They're always well represented every year. They enjoy a week at Lakeside.
60.
Busy weekend lies ahead for Sophie, who's going to be back on stage this evening in the girls' tournament. And she's in the very unusual position. I'm certain it's never happened before, where she could walk away this weekend as the women's champion and the girls' runner-up.
Yes.
That makes sense.
A very unique situation, because Sophie has made history here this week, being the first person to qualify for the girls and the women's in her own right. So imagine that, double world champion.
Well, she's been playing beautifully all tournament.
40.
But it's Lorena who takes the first set. It's an extended format for this women's semi-final, first to 3 sets, and the break comes after the second set.
Sophie started that first set really solid with a few straight visits of 100. She wavered a little bit in the middle, so she'll be looking for a strong start again at the beginning of this set. Lorena's finding her rhythm.
She's generally shown good rhythm and pace and fluidity throughout. It's not this element of the game she's tended to struggle on, despite just posting a score of 41. It's at the back end. It's not just the approach shots, but it's those pressurized doubles.
100.
Well, if she hasn't felt any pressure up to today, being in the semi-final brings a whole load of pressure on its own.
82.
It's hard not to think, just get on with this one, just one more.
100.
Potentially to have a crack at either Bo Greaves or Dieter Hedman.
late for Sophie. Oh, she's bust it.
We've already seen Lorena do that. She'll get a go at the bull. Only for a hold. It'd feel like a break. But she's wide of the target. Well, that was the exact checkout that saw her get to this stage.
I was just thinking that. Unusual double there, and she went straight at it and found it first start.
Against Eileen de Graaf when Sophie was really being put under the pump. Single 11 on the 74 combination. Then she was left with 13 and then bull. It bodes well that at such a young age, she's shown real grit.
60.
She's such a strong character. I don't think there's anybody more proud sat out there than her mum, Vari. She goes everywhere with her.
She doesn't only hoover up titles on the girls' scene, she's playing full-fledged women's tournaments now and winning those. Lorena will feel confident of getting 6 darts at this.
42.
This is the sort of thing I've seen Sophie pop before. Not to be this time, though.
80. 84.
Well, the 90 is more manageable than the 170, so double 15. Yes, finds it, sweet as a nut.
Ends the 4-leg drought. Wayward first start, a little bit tentative, which is understandable. You go inside and then the shot's completely dead.
100.
Yes, that's the last thing you want to do on those awkward doubles, is to sneak inside with your second dart. Sophie with the advantage in this leg. She'll be looking to find another great big score here to leave it nice.
45.
She'll be disappointed with that visit.
Been a real off leg for Lorena. Not even half the 501 after 15 darts.
43.
happens though. You know, you can have a little run of playing really well in a really good rhythm, and something you don't even know what happens. You just can't string them together sometimes. This is the last place you want it to happen.
139.
She'll be thinking, why now?
Yeah.
Down for double 10.
And that great previous score has left Lorena on the shot for 74, so...
Well, she needs the ball. I don't know what it is about that 14th segment, but both players are going a little bit wild on it.
Double 5 for Sophie. She can use that as a marker. And drags it down. So Lorena bit for 25.
Have you ever gone 3 double 11 on that?
I used to go 3 double 11 because double 11 used to be my favourite double to start.
3.
Played in a double start league, and I used to start on double 11 because quite often it would drop into the double 8, or I'd fling it a bit higher. So it was quite a good start.
Knowing finger wag from Lorena, who's one leg away from a 2-set advantage. Seems mad to talk about experience in a match involving an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old, but Lorena's been around the block a bit longer.
60.
Yes, at Sophie's age, I literally just picked my darts up at 18.
100.
Seems like Sophie's been playing forever. It's the beauty of starting so young. There are so many opportunities for the youth players now. I think the face of darts is slightly changing from the pub game to kids coming through academies and dart clubs at school.
And I'm sure the rewards of that will be reaped in the coming years, and the standard will continue to climb. Double top.
70.
Looking for the treble, doesn't find it. She can set it up.
She halves the score, but she won't be coming back. Has felt like a very even game, so if Sophie were to go into the break 2 sets down, she may feel hard done by.
It has. It's been very nip and tuck along the way. Nobody's running away with it, so... It's actually a really enjoyable game to watch. That's why I'm not really saying much, because I'm sort of getting sucked into watching the game. Yeah, good thinking to switch downstairs there. Those two were hanging on precariously, I would say.
39.
Well, it's advantage Sophie. Treble would have got her down to the 170, but Lorena's off it when it matters.
41.
Snatchy dart into the single 1.
All Sophie needs to do here is keep them nice and straight. Don't panic. Just keep them down the middle.
83.
Down the middle, Sophie.
95. 127.
made this trickier, not that she needs to entertain the bullseye. Who knows if she'd gone for it.
Yeah, Lorena's going to pile some pressure on, though. Tops. Pulls it low.
Missed set dart. Loads of room to the right-hand side for Lorena. May have just caught the flight of that second dart, so Sophie McKinley, double 10. We have a level game in this very exciting contest between two of darts' young superstars on the Lakeside stage. It's very difficult to predict a winner, but at the break it is Sophie McKinley 1, Lorena Rietbergen 1.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th. A triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the Silver and Bronze Classic and Masters and the Unranked Open. The Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Again, we popped up then. Welcome back to the WDF World Championships, live from Lakeside. You're watching us on Blaze TV. So the girls have gone in 1-1 at the break then. Lorena has kept Sophie under pressure for the whole match, but Sophie's level.
Absolutely, and Sophie won't be flustered at this point, but it's a very evenly matched game. Lorena wasn't messing around on a doubles like we've seen previously in her other games, and Sophie perhaps not quite as consistent throughout the duration of the game. We're just seeing a little bit of wobbling, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the game unfolds.
It's interesting that you said about Lorena. She's popped in a couple of nice 180s, and then with her doubles, bust, missed, double. I mean,
She's certainly getting her money's worth.
well, I think we're getting our money's worth watching it, but it must be frustrating when you're having a game and you miss, you know, 1 double, 2 doubles, 3 doubles, and you're missing combinations.
Oh, that the last thing you want is for things like that to start getting in your head, because you're just wanting to ping those legs one after the other and get yourself back off being the winner, you know. So the slightest little thing that you get in your head, you have to try and block that out.
So during the players' break, then, what do you do with yourself? I mean, obviously you might need the loo or you might need a drink, but is there anybody that comes and gives you a talking to? Somebody who'll say, look, you know, like people literally in your corner.
Yeah. Every player's different. Some people wouldn't want anybody to come and interact with them. They like to just, you know, take themselves off and give themselves a little bit of a talking to, or try and regroup. Others will be just regroup, refocus, and then come out all guns blazing again. So there's pros and cons for having breaks and not.
Well, we have laboured the point as the tournament has wore on that this format is longer than anything they'll have been used to playing. Normally, girls and women's matches, you're looking at first to 4 or 5 legs.
Yeah.
Could be a grand total, or could have been at the start of play, a grand total of 25. And that's where your stamina comes into play.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, you have to think about being on that stage in front of people. You've got that going through your mind, the heat of the lights. It actually does help in this sport to be a little bit on the physically fit side, and especially under the heat of the lights. I've said before, I don't like playing when I'm warm, so warm venues, warm situations, makes me uncomfortable.
Seen that from both players, busting in the 16 region. It's dragging the darts low. It's a sign that there's a bit of tension. Completely understandable. Neither player has ever been in this position before.
I don't think you can come into the semi-final feeling cool, calm, collected, no nerves, no tension. Be a robot.
Strange choice from Lorena to go for the 16s there. Sophie's not punished despite needing 7 darts and a double.
Lorena finding the treble straight away. I have a list of Sophie's achievements throughout her youth career. So she's been 2 times the JDC Scotland Girls National Champion. She's won 42 Scottish Darts Association ranking titles. She's won 17 WDF youth titles. She's played in 4 Europe Cups, picking up 3 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze medal. She's played in 3 World Cups, picking up 2 silver and 1 bronze. And she has 7 JDC Scotland ranking titles. Not bad for an 18-year-old, that.
So what you're telling me is she's half decent.
She's all right, isn't she? She's won more than I have in my career. I've been playing 31 years.
She's under your guidance, remember, with target. You can take some of the credit.
I'd love to be able to take some credit, but you really can't, can you?
double top.
Nervy dart throwing that first one out. It's you throw it high to miss the treble, and you just over egg it sometimes.
Inside on double five, kills the shot. Sophie comes back for tops.
Over adjusts too much, so Lorena's coming back for double two.
It's been too much of this from her the entire tournament. She's got away with it in the past.
She's left a favourite, double one. She won't get a look at it though.
It's 4 legs in a row for Sophie. Incredible to think that she's putting on this kind of performance when only 2 months ago she didn't think she'd be here. She had to go to the World Championship qualifier in Budapest that was tagged at the end of the World Open and World Masters. She could be in battle with Paige quite a lot over the coming years. Wonder if they'll still retain that friendship.
Of course they will. Oh, the future is so bright for all these young stars that we've seen this week. Every one of them, they've got such a bright future.
Had the right idea by starting on the 19s. 5 of them would have left 170.
Lorena needs to pick off treble.
Needs to find that more often. So hit a couple of maximums in the first set. The scoring power was there. Disappeared slightly.
Yes, and I think if she can string a few good scores together consistently, it's going to really boost her confidence. She will be coming for this 54 now, so... Oh, what is it? With 14.
To take the lead at the start of set number 4. Confidently taken from Lorena. You would have backed Sophie because that side of the board has generally been good to her with the double 10s, double 15s.
Yes. Yes, and knowing that you're confident down that side, you're not worrying going for tops because you know if you do miss, you are going down there. really nip and tuck. We're having really good visits and then not quite as good visits from both players at different times, aren't we?
Has been a very even contest. Only played each other once before, and Lorena beat Sophie in her backyard. Scottish Classic quarter-final.
Superb visit there from Lorena.
Couldn't quite float that one over the top. Had the option of going to the 18s, but she thinks she'll be back.
19s. Double. I love that finish.
It's one of the most difficult in the game.
It is. Lorena was looking for a double-double then, again. Double 8.
Well, I don't know what the 14s and 8s have...
or even later on. It's nice that when you want to go and practice, you can go and practice, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're not just limited to the few hours before their own game.
No, that's right. Some players prefer to go off complex and they'll go and find a local pub or club. But there are facilities here for them to practice any time, so.
Double 7.
Lorena could take the set, 3-0. Looking for tops. 10s. Sophie's back for 14.
Chance scuppered for a clean sweep, 4th set. Sophie McKinley steps in and takes double 7.
She'll be looking for the break here to try and get this game wrapped up as soon as she can.
Great timing.
That's something that Sophie has had spot on this week, is her timing. She's put in big scores just when she's needed it, taken out crucial doubles just at the right time.
Wins this leg, and then Lorena's in a horrible position where she has to hold. Otherwise, she falls at the semi-final hurdle. That'll do.
It will. No pressure on this 80, so she does have time. She'll be back. Lorena looking to pile on the pressure here. working off that. Again, she'll be back. Lorena did not leave a finish.
And at least it's misses on the outside.
Yes. She finds it eventually. Got a level set. Massive leg, this, massive. Both of them have got to be feeling a bit of nerves now.
Sophie's had darts to win all but 2 legs. It's been a more consistent performance.
Yeah. She's been consistent all week. We can't really fault that at all.
Not really much of a gap between the lowest and highest averages. It's been that steady sort of low to mid 70s range.
Yeah. And that shows consistency. And that is the key to this game, is consistency. We saw the other night with Gary Stone. 11 darters don't win your games, do they? Not if you're not backing them up.
Time's running out for Lorena.
Troubleless visit there could open the door here for Lorena if she can pile on the pressure. She's staying with Sophie, but I think she was really looking to be edging in front.
Treble 18.
Ball
For a second match in a row.
I so expected that to go in there, just to repeat the antics of the other night.
"18-year-old Sophie McKinley is 1 dart away from the women's final.
Right, for Lorena, this is to stay in.
We should have expected that. Missed at the 14s. Now then, double 4. Sophie, the trophy, is a women's world finalist. Once again, dealing with the pressure exquisitely well. Is there anything that can stop her from a young darting fairy tale? Relief as she gets over the line. Lorena has played her part, but it's Sophie who wins 3-1.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the Silver and Bronze Classic and Masters and the Unranked Open. The Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Welcome back to the WDF World Darts Championships live from Lakeside. Sophie McKinley's with us after that cracking game that we've just watched on stage. Congratulations, Sophie. You're in the Women's World Championship final. How do you feel?
I feel a bit overwhelmed. I don't really know what I'm feeling, to be honest, but I'm really excited and I'm happy, and I hope that everyone back home's happy too.
So lovely. That was a tough match.
Yeah. I know what Lorena can do, but I think when it went one each in sets, she got a little bit nervous and started getting a bit erratic, and I knew then I just had to keep my darts straight and I would hopefully get the win.
Lorraine, how do you assess Sophie's performance?
One thing Sophie has is composure. I have never seen a player more composed than Sophie. You have held your nerve together all week, and I don't know about making everybody at home proud. I am so proud. The proudest woman in this place is your mum, who I don't know how she's holding it together. So you don't have to worry about making anybody proud at all. You're doing it, and a damn fine job you're doing too.
Thank you.
Right, we've done the positives. You've got a final to play tomorrow, and it's either going to be against Bo or Dieter. There were a few missed and dropped darts from your game. How are you going to approach that? And you're playing later on because you're also in the girls, but will you let that kind of thing, will you think about it? Will you think about adjusting that, or do you just have to concentrate on, I've got something else to play and then I'm coming back tomorrow for the final?
About doing that, because it just shows you are only human.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to see if that does happen to Shane, because on that stage that hasn't happened to him yet. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, that stage does strange things to people.
Okay. I caught up with both the players earlier on this afternoon. Let's have a look at what they said. Shane, you're taking your debut in your stride. You look like you're really enjoying yourself up here on this stage.
Yeah, qualified a year ago, so I was waiting a long time for this, and I knew when I was coming out I was going to enjoy it, so I definitely came in here and I was like, my goal was to win a game. Not going to lie, it was to win one game, but I'm in the semi-finals now and I'm enjoying it. Every game it goes on, it's better for me, and I'm definitely going to enjoy it more, so, and I can't wait to get going.
I mean, you've not dropped a set yet. The thing is, the longer formats, surely you're going to have to give a couple up.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen. And nearly, like, it should have happened a few sets yesterday. Like, it should have. I got away with a few, just hit the doubles at the right times. But look, I just I want to win every set I can play in. So as soon as I can get it to the winning shot, I'm happy.
So you're playing Francois in your semi-final game. What do you know about him?
To be fair, I don't know much about him. He probably doesn't know much about me either. I don't really watch anyone else's games when I'm here. I kind of just stay in myself, stay in my own zone and do my own practice, get my preparations right. So I'm just enjoying it, and I know he's a good player. You have to be a good player to play up here, to qualify for here, and then to get in the semi-finals you have to be a good player. So I'm expecting a really good game, and I think it's going to be a close one.
It's your 5th game up on this stage. How are you finding the Lakeside stage?
Oh, I find the stage really perfect. I really like it.
Are you completely happy with your game this week?
No, not yet. I hope to play my A game on the semis and hope on the final.
And have you played Schweyen before?
No, never.
OK, we're looking forward to this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
OK, then it's nearly time. Join us after the break for the first men's semi-final of the WDF World Darts Championships.
The 46th annual the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the Silver and Bronze Classic and Masters and the Unranked Open. The Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Two debutants contest the first of our men's semi-finals here at the 2024 Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. This is the home of World Darts. This is Lakeside! We welcome to the stage, first of all, the former FCD Anniversary Open champion, the former Irish Open champion from the Republic of Ireland, Shane McGuirk. His opponent is a former Latvian Open and Belgian Open champion from Belgium, the clock, Francois Schweyen.
Well, something...
and Shane McGuirk probably, without wanting to be rude to the opponents, he's bossed those games and done what he's needed to do. He got his place here early in the ranking season and went off, played other places, knowing that this place was secure. But obviously on the run in, he would have been practicing, thinking this is the main thing for him now to end the season. And you have to say, he's played very tidily indeed.
He's got the second highest running average of all the male participants we've seen. Jimmy van Schie way out at top. McGuirk has played 2 more games. And he's got the highest doubling percentage of anyone left, 45%. Francois only on 44. The only player who's got a better record, the 13-year-old Lex Parshauser, but we'll take him out of the equation given he's only played once.
Yeah, please do. Now, 44% and 45 is not too shabby either way.
I'm afraid he's not going to be here. Why do you want Gezi when you can get Paul Lim? This time he comes up short. First start wobbled a little bit in the treble. It forced him to take a step across.
Yeah, it just meant he had a split second to think about, do I throw there again or do I not?
No score.
Francois burst his score, but with McGuirk now on 32. Just caught the flight there, didn't it? You just saw a great camera angle there. Caught the top of the flight. Diverted it away from the double 8. It was probably a well-thrown dart. Off the side of that one now, surely. Absolutely. Nicely done, Francois. Jackie in the crowd, as he always is. Every Belgian competitor that's ever been here, I believe.
Had won in 3 of the 4 tournaments. Lost Jentel Fransen to Paige Pauling this afternoon. Francois in action against Shane McGuirk, and then Lex Parshauser, who was born in 2011, is coming up this evening against 15-year-old Archie Self. Belgium that dominated the men's championship last year.
Archie will be sleeping in his own bed. He's only from 20 minutes up the road. In Berkshire. Must be a lovely advantage to be at a World Championship, be able to sleep in your own bed.
And given he's a 15-year-old teenager, he might be asleep in his bed now.
Team McGuirk sat there. We're in the players' seats. There's tables reserved for the players' families over near the practice room door, so that when the breaks come, if there's any motivational speeches needed, those guys can shoot straight into that practice room, have a word with their player, reassure them if they have any doubts.
Still be done. On the bullseye. Couple of times he's missed that target. Double 16 for Shane McGuirk. Shall we stand up, Scott?
Well, it's a low ceiling up here. I might bang my head where we are.
Up for double five. Been uncharacteristically off from Francois. And that's the third break in a row.
I wonder if the occasion's getting to Schweyen.
Given that we've got a semi-final between the two best doublers, was it inevitable that we were going to get a bit of a slow start on the outer ring of Bull?
Probably only because you mentioned it, mate. We seem to have a bit of commentator's curse going on with us here on occasions this week.
If that is the case, I do apologise to both players.
I don't think you did it on purpose. I don't believe they'll take offence.
Part of me does wonder whether in the back room they might have had a bit of banter with each other, a word saying, wow, we've been amazing at the back end of legs this week. We'll have to try and outdo each other.
I don't know, I'd like to think not. I think they probably went in ignoring one another. That's the way of most.
59. That's why you require 164. You require 80.
Double 10 for the first set. Double 5.
75. That's why you require 98.
Not happening for the Belgian, and Shane gets a reprieve for what would be a first hold of throw. And double one guarantees the first set.
Second set, first leg, it's changed to the first.
Single 18 and misses the big number. The early signs aren't particularly promising for Francois. He should come back.
Should he?
I say should loosely. Go on, Shane the Showman.
Very Neil Duff-esque that, wasn't it, of last evening?
I've got to admire the stamina of Jackie. He's been in every session this week, I think. People might think that Shane McGuirk is, you know, peacocking around the stage, but he knows there are hundreds of people in here today. He's trying to get the crowd on side, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't. It has to be in your natural makeup to want that to happen. Can sometimes, by performing those acts, like the touch paper of your opponent when you've kind of got him in your pocket already.
Were there any occasions where you ever tried to get the crowd on your side?
Yeah, I think the first time I came here, I got carried away with what was going on, and every time I hit a big double, I was punching the air and bouncing across the hockey. And I ultimately got beat. So I decided that wasn't the way for me anymore. I came to the conclusion I was trying to run before I was walking on the big stage, so I had to learn my craft in another way.
122.
Good counting from Francois, but it's of little relevance. Extended format, so the breaks will come after the second, fourth and sixth sets, providing we go that far. If Shane plays to tight, he'll win 5-0. He's been drubbing opponents for fun this week. It's a semi-final quartet that very few would have predicted. Only one seed, and that's Jason Brandon of the USA. We're in a position where the winner of this tournament is either going to be a Lakeside debutant or someone who's not played at Lakeside for 30 years.
Disappointed with that after the first start being in a treble 20, but we've got treble 20 here for double 15. Single 20 or treble 20 again. It's the bullseye to level us up.
And it's the third time he's missed it. Double 16 for a two-set advantage.
Not to be, so in this situation, these 25s are very difficult to tidy up. He's gone one for double 12. What am I talking about? I think we're seeing Francois now slowly come into the game. He would dearly love to break the throw of McGuirk here. McGuirk only opens up with 58. Here, see Francois back on level terms. I think we could honestly say the game is starting to ramp up.
Should go back up to the 20s. Well thought out from Shane.
So 127 doesn't have to go for the ball here. Francois still plugging away, good counting to leave himself 120. It's all about McGuirk now and his finishing.
And he's finishing properly pinpoint. Shane McGuirk does not lose sets on the lakeside stage, and Francois Schweyen
in Canada in 2025 with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Welcome back to Lakeside for the WDF World Darts Championships. We're coming to you live on Blaze TV. Scott, I'm going to have to shout. They're playing Tony O'Shea's walk-on music, and we've got no chance against that crowd down there. Look, the players are still in their comfort break for another minute or so. How do you assess this game so far?
Shane McGuirk has come out and playing like a man who hasn't dropped a set at this championship. Francois has been very slow to get going, giving Shane all the opportunities that he needed to take the lead. But there's been times where Shane has had to step up and show his class. He takes a 2-set lead here, but we're going to 5. There's a long way to go. The break has come at the right time for Francois to get out there to his people and just be a little bit reassured and let them remind him of what he should be doing.
And look, I know Shane's 2 sets up, but I've been noticing he's not taking out the doubles first start. He's dropping low on quite a lot of doubles or wide. He'll be aware of that as well, won't he?
He will be, but he won't worry about it because he's getting away with it. When you don't have to do it, that's lovely. It's a lovely feeling for a dart player if you're winning legs without even being pushed as hard as you think you're going to be pushed.
And when they came out for the start of the game and we saw break a throw, break, break, is that just the nerves settling you down?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's normal for a game of this length because you have this attitude of, well, he's got to get 5 sets before I have, and you will always back yourself to do that. So you know there's going to be a bit of to and fro. This is a World Championship semi-final. You're not always going to get it your own way.
Right. Who wins it?
Now, I would say Shane.
Yeah, he's 2-0 up.
I know, but he's playing that much better, and he's looking that much sharper. But Francois, now we've had a break, could come back and start playing like a man possessed. This is what happens in these breaks. They can make you, or they break you.
Thank you very much, Scott. All right, we're going to join the players back on the stage now for the next few sets of this thrilling match.
Helen, thank you. Yes, Francois Schweyen 0, Shane McGuirk 2 is the scoreline. And it's fair to say that the Irishman may have allowed a bit of profligacy to creep into his game, only the 6 from 19. But he has scored like a demon. 4 180s and a 177 to boot means he's given himself chances to win every leg. There is no question that Francois needs to make the step up from the 85 average that he's currently showing. He's been a high 80s player for much of the tournament, aside from his 3-0 whitewash win over Danny Porter. So he is slipping slightly. Shane McGuirk.
Momentum spurt. It could be a big shot. It could be a 180. It could be a last-ditch attempt at a double, but McGuirk doesn't seem to be allowing him to have a shot. Well, if he's coming back into this game, these shots of 90 have got to go. He's taking deep breaths, trying to focus.
Might only be one dart at the bull. No, it's going to be two at double 15.
And you start saying to yourself in your head, why now?
A real dagger to Francois' heart.
It must be horrible watching on when they pin it last dart in hand.
Yeah, it is, but I think you learn to accept it, and you know that it's going to happen if you allow it to happen. You can see he's a forlorn figure up there at the moment. Is Francois, the Belgian. He's just searching for a bit of a lift.
Francois loses this match. He can leave Lakeside with his head held high because en route he beat the #1 seed and he beaten the most fancied of the Belgians in Brian Roman, but at this stage consolations will be hard to come by.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to hear that today. That's a fact.
That's maybe for the debrief in a few days' time.
Yeah, some players don't have a debrief. Some are able to let it go as fast as it happens. Some will carry it round like a block of cement in a satchel on their back and let it weigh them down for the next couple of months. Our commentating and pundit compadre Chris Mayton describes this game as a game of opportunity, which will 8 times out of 10 tear your heart in two. And it's how you recover from those 8 times out of 10. It's how you bounce back. It's about your bounce back ability and your spirit.
.52 left. Steady on, Shane. Wrong side of the wire, and Francois berating himself.
And then it happens again.
Well, he was millimetres away from busting and then takes the leg.
Shane will feel in this game he's not having to do anything special to get Francois. Francois is doing all he needs to stop himself at the moment, is what I can see from here. He's got to get his head out of the shed and get on with it.
I don't know if it's a worrying sign that Francois has decided to abandon the treble 20 and start shooting downstairs. There's some traumatic fancy dress.
Enjoyed by the crowd on the big screen there. I'm not sure whether you Heard that come over our mics.
Czech Francois has rediscovered treble 20.
The problem for him, so has Shane McGuirk.
For a third set in a row.
So tops for Schweyen. Big thumbs up to himself there. He just can't convert the chances. McGuirk will come back. And take the third set. He'll take that happily. I really thought this was going to be a close one.
Yeah, even though Shane has won his 4 previous matches to 0, I thought there's no chance that's going to happen. But don't rule out a comeback. Saw Jason Brandon miss a dart for a 4-0 win against Neil Duff. He then had to sweat it out for another 45 minutes or an hour. Eventually won 4-3. His semi-final against Paul Lim closes the show this evening. Winner of that faces the winner of this, and it's looking increasingly likely that Shane McGuirk will become the first man from the Republic of Ireland to reach a World Championship final.
Semi-final losses are a heartbreak. You're so close, but when it's over, you're so far away. They take a while to get over. When you're at a WDF Europe Cup or a World Cup, a quarter-final is hard to get over, because if you get past your quarter-final, you get an equal throw, you get a medal, you get a bronze medal. No such thing here. World Championships is one of those, is who remembers who came second.
Double top.
He really is enjoying himself up there.
So are they.
It just is not happening for Schweyen.
Well, he's nicknamed the clock, and Francois Schweyen, I imagine, wants a time machine to take him back 45 minutes. Just start again, because this is devastating.
And it's not that the Irishman is having to do too much. McGuirk nicknamed the arrow. At the moment, his arrows are flying true. There always becomes a strange atmosphere around. particularly at the Lakeside Hotel at the end of the week, as the players disembark, as they lose, and you go from a rammed hotel at the start of the week with everybody full of optimism. And as the week goes on, the car park becomes emptier and emptier as the players and the players' families go home who've been staying in the hotel. And you come to this last weekend and it feels a very different atmosphere as a player. You get on the practice boards easier in the players' bar over at the hotel. Just all sorts of things change about the dynamic of the place. And it starts to become a bit of a ghost town. The players' hotel becomes a bit of a ghost town where it's been absolutely hustle bustle for the start of the week.
Break and throw on the cards, and Shane McGuirk, of course, takes it out. 117, he is stamping on Schweyen. And a 4-0 set lead looks likely.
McGuirk has the look of now he just wants this done as quick as possible to give him time, rest and recuperation time. Before he heads to the final tomorrow. Although the game's not over, that's what he'll be thinking. Love that overhead shot. Shows you exactly what the players throw like. Remember, the rest of the dart can only follow the point. So wherever you point that point, that's where the dart goes. You can see Francois' lineup.
World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
Welcome back to Lakeside for the WDF World Championship Finals. It's semi-final Saturday, and blimey, Shane McGuirk's gone in 4-0 up now.
Well, I did say at the start he likes to be a front runner.
Did? Okay. All right, it's time to rejoin the players on the stage.
Many wise people in the past have said that the Lakeside stage is one of the most difficult to master. Tell that to the 29-year-old Irishman Shane McGuirk, who's playing multiple roles: dart player and compere and conductor. Why wouldn't he be in a good mood? He's won 7 legs on the bounce. He is 4 sets to 0 up against the struggling Francois Schweyen. Everything coming into this game suggested that it was going to be close. It has been anything but, and now McGuirk is in such a strong position. He is 3 legs away from a place in tomorrow's final. Scott, it's so difficult to foresee a comeback now. What has Francois got to do?
He's got to play one leg at a time. He's got to try and find a little bit of inspiration at one leg at a time. He's got to try and do enough so that he can see something that unsettles McGuirk, so that he can find a little ray of sunshine for himself. All the percentages are against him. He's now come out and gone 140, 140. If you're sat here in McGuirk's situation, the fearfulness is that you start to look at it and go, well, I can get one leg before you get 5. And that's not the way to look at it, because otherwise they can get a couple of sets back, and that one leg turns into sets, sets turn into, and all of a sudden you then get to the end of it and you're panicking. But I think both players here, 141 after 9 and 41 after 9, is a sign that McGuirk wants this over. You need to hit these to lift yourself, to give yourself a list. Oh, more thumbs up to the board when he doesn't hit.
And not in the same.
That being the case, Brandon will be keenly watching this. And if you are, good day to you, my friend. Your young protege is doing very well.
Well, that dart went to infinity and beyond. I think the towel is being chucked in from Francois.
And I can understand, he just wants out of there. It's a very lonely place up there on that stage when it is going wrong.
Three more darts into outer space. I'm saying that because McGuirk's got Buzz Lightyear's colour scheme. But Francois Schweyen has got a leg for the first since set 2.
Francois' attitude here should be, I just want to get a set. His line of thought should be, I just want to get a set. Definitely throwing a little pacier. Here's Francois. Here would do nicely. Young Gezi Preis fan in the crowd.
140.
Tried to stay at the bottom of the board to go double-double. Did you expect any other outcome, Scott?
No, when you're 4 sets to 0 up at the Lakeside, those bullseyes seem to fly in with a blindfold on.
You'll have been in strong positions like this, not just here, but in other competitions where you're so far in front. And you must have a cloak of invincibility about you. You throw at a double and you think, it is not going to miss. It can't miss.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly the bubble you get yourself into. It's a confidence bubble. But I've also been in the other bubble where you cannot seem to find anything. Everything's a millimetre away from where you want it to go. You seem to offer opportunity after opportunity to your opponent. And those are pretty dark days up there, particularly highlighted when you're on the television. All these motions, walking away once you've thrown one dart, will just drive McGuirk on, knowing that he's in all sorts of trouble. But he would have known he's in all sorts of trouble probably from the break. After set 2. But let's not take anything away from Shane McGuirk. This is a polished performance thus far.
Well, going back to what you said Chris Mason's thought was game of opportunity. Shane has had darts to win every single leg of this match.
Wow, great start. And the law of averages says if you get that opportunity, you're going to win a few of them.
60. Shane 150.
Can he win it with the biggest checkout yet? Didn't he just fancy it?
Could those be the last darts of the 2024 championship for Francois Schweyen?
Double 12.
The 46 to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the Silver and Bronze Classic and Masters and the Unranked Open. The Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment.
to Lakeside for the WDF World Championship Finals. And here he is, the man that has just reached the final of this tournament. Shane, how do you feel?
I'm over the moon. I can't believe what happened there. I didn't think I'd come out and play that well. I've took on board what everyone has been telling me all week, and just to play my own game and just stay in it. And I can't believe what just happened. I honestly can't believe it. I have to give a big shout out to Brendan Dolan. He's practicing me the last couple of weeks, and he just settled me. He settled me coming into this, and I went up to his house, and I didn't think that I'd actually have a good practice with him, but I did. I wanted to give him a game, and I did, and it settled me for this here, and I'm absolutely delighted. So shout out to Brendan for that there.
Hi, Brendan. Scott was very impressed with your performance.
I've been impressed all week. You enjoy being in front, you enjoy dictating the game, so just get in front and dictate the game, and that's exactly what you've done all week. That's it. You say you've not played very well. 92.7 that. 92.7 without sort of getting out of third gear. So what has Shane McGuirk got for the final?
I have no idea what's going to come. I was just, as I said before, I was happy to win the first game here, because I was coming here, I was unseeded, and I was coming here, and to win the first game was mighty for us. Like, we came over here, small county I'm from, Monaghan, and we just wanted to win a game. We want to show what we can actually produce, and I'm just happy that I've done Monaghan and Ireland prior here, and the final, I can't believe it. I actually can't.
Do you remember your last dart?
I remember it was a 6-6 anyway.
Would you like to watch it?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we've got a replay here of your match-winning dart. It's the other thing that Scott and I have both noticed is you enjoy yourself up there. You look like you're enjoying yourself up there. You were 2 darts into a 160, and you turned around and you G'd the crowd up, and you missed. Francois checked out, but your next 3 darts was 180. Now that is having the confidence to do those kind of things.
To be fair, I heard the crowd getting into it, and I had to stop because I had to reset myself. So I thought, why not get them on my side? It's 50-50 if it's going to go in or not. So I cheered them on, and they were on my side there. I don't know why, but they were on my side, and I enjoyed the whole game. I was so relaxed. I was very nervous backstage. There was butterflies in the stomach. I was feeling sick. I don't know what it was, but once I get out there, did the walk on, got a few practice darts in, I was settled, and I just no nerves. So.
You're known as the quiet man of Irish darts. You let all the talking go with all the other guys. You just wander on around doing your thing. So for me to see you enjoying yourself that much and taking in the atmosphere, and it makes you play well. Yeah. So why not enjoy it?
I'm going to mention the stat again as well. 17 sets in a row without dropping one. Do you know how many legs you've lost? 17. So 17 sets won and 17 legs lost.
Bit spooky, that.
Look, I don't care how many sets I lose, how many legs I lose, as long as I can get to the winning double first. That's all it is. I don't know what happened there, but I'm over the moon for it, and I can't wait to play the final. It's something you dream of when you're 5, 6, 7 years of age. And I was dreaming of it, throwing out a darts on a chair and hitting the wall, you know, when I was 6, 7 years of age. And to actually play on that stage in the final is going to be unreal.
So we've got our other semi-final game later on this evening. One, are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I'll be over here. We're going to celebrate. I'm sure we're going to come over here and relax and celebrate and just...
So wait, not only are you going to watch it, you're going to watch it in here?
Yeah, I'll be over here.
I love that. I love that. I love that about the WDF darts. I've seen that for years, donkey's years. Players that qualify for the final and then sit out in the crowd and watch the next game. Look, Jason Brandon or Paul Lim. I mean, I've got to say that if you're playing Paul Lim in the final, I don't think you're going to have the crowd on your side.
No, I'm not going to.